What's good, everyone? Jets takeoff. The Jets lost to the Eagles today. Final score 33-18. And this was what we thought was going to be a shootout from the start of the game, but as things settled down, the Eagles kind of ran away with the victory. And from this game, there are some positive takeaways for the New York Jets, but there's also one glaring issue that I just noticed throughout the whole game, and it was just disgusting to watch. So let's just talk about the positives first, though. Zach Wilson. He had around a 60 completion percentage. He started really hot in the first half. In the second half, we kind of slowed down. So he didn't really have the whole opportunity to play a full 4 quarters, because in the third quarter, we only ran 3 plays. 3 plays in the entire third quarter. That was, I can't even explain how sad that is, but Zach Wilson had a lot of positives today. His completion percentage was above 50. That's very good. And I noticed he was a lot more accurate in this game. He was on point, and I think it starts with his mechanics. His base was set. He had his motion. He wasn't rushing it. He wasn't throwing off of his back foot. He was calm and composed. Even when there was some pressure, he would stand in the pocket and then he would throw it. It was on target most of the time. The interception, though, that was just a bad play. I can't defend that. I don't know what he's doing there, just kind of lobbing it up way over his receiver's head. I mean, just take the sack instead of throwing the interception at that point, even though it was third down. So he kind of was trying to be a hero there, something that he still kind of struggles with. But he had 2 misses to Elijah Moore. Kind of one of them was a connection thing between the two of them, and the other one was just, it was a little bit too far from him. But other than that, he was very accurate, and he connected with Elijah Moore for a touchdown. We finally saw a established chemistry between them for most of the game. Like I said earlier, there was a few plays that they really didn't connect on, but they did for a lot of it, and he also hit Jamison Crowder a lot in this game. But he was accurate. He wasn't necessarily throwing the ball downfield until it was the fourth quarter. And that throw, I think that was very catchable. I think that was a drop touchdown by Elijah Moore. That was a strike. I thought that was maybe his most flashy play of the entire game, although we don't see it on the stat sheet. But he didn't convert the 2-pointer, but he had 3 touchdowns in this game. 2 passing and 1 rushing. I like the rushing one because he put his body on the line, and he has a knee injury, so it's a little bit scary for a quarterback to do quarterback sneaks when they're hurt, but he still did it anyways. And the 2 passing touchdowns, the one to Ryan Griffin, that was only a 1-yarder, but it was a good job, and then the other one to Elijah Moore, that was an RPO, a run play option, and the guy bit down, so instead he threw it to Elijah Moore. He picked the right side. The safety was kind of confused. He didn't know what to cover, because if he went over and covered Elijah Moore, then Braxton Berrios would have been open on the right side on the little out to the corner. So good job by Zach Wilson and Mike LaFleur. I thought LaFleur had a pretty overall good first half. The second half, I had some issues with him just because I thought we kind of abandoned the run too early, and we didn't really need to play catch-up quite yet. So that's one thing that I did not like from Mike LaFleur. But overall, Zach Wilson, this was progress. This was his most clean game. It really was his most clean game of the entire season. This, although the Jets lost, this is encouraging. And, the loss doesn't hurt as bad because Zach Wilson is developing. And clearly he showed progress today, going through his reads, staying calm and composed in the pocket, being accurate, because in the past before, we've seen him kind of throw some iffy balls that the receivers really bailed him out with. Saw that last week with Keelan Cole saving him a few times. This week, it only happened maybe twice, and one of those was Corey Davis, but he's hurt. I don't know what the deal with him is, so he might not play next week. He's not fully healthy, and that's his favorite target. But offensively, Tevin Coleman, he did a nice job running the football. It wasn't terrible. Elijah Riley, or the running, no. Running the football, we did fine. Tevin Coleman was serviceable. It wasn't terrible. Well, in the second half offensively, like I said, no. Offensively, it was a fine day. The second half, we didn't put up any points, though. And kicker. That is the biggest problem on this team by a million miles, and I will never forgive Mike Maccagnan for letting Jason Myers walk, because it has held this franchise back so much. There are so many missed kicks and huge opportunities that matter most, and they always miss. At this point, I'm willing to trade a second rounder to the Ravens for Justin Tucker. Hell, even a first. I'm just playing with that, but we got to get a kicker in the building. Joe Douglas has to draft one, or he has to sign one in free agency that's been established, because we cannot keep trying out these young guys that don't have experience, because they're not working out. And now we're probably going to sign a new kicker, and it's a revolving door at this point. It really hurts the team, so that's something that needs to get addressed in the offseason 100%. And we all felt it, because 3 touchdowns in 18 points. we should have at minimum had 21 points, but we had 18. Tried the two-pointer. It didn't really work out there. But the biggest problem from this game was the defense. We allowed them to score on every single drive except the last one that they held possession of in the fourth quarter. They already won the game at that point. This defense has got serious issues. We could not cover Dallas Goedert to save our life. C.J. Mosley was trailing behind him. The safeties were missing tackles. Elijah Riley and Ashton Davis. It was sloppy. We couldn't bring down their running backs. Their running backs kept on falling forward. Miles Sanders had himself a day. This defense is so bad, and the defensive line is supposed to be the bright spot of this defense. They're not. They got manhandled by Philadelphia. And don't get me wrong. Give credit to Philly. They got a great offensive line group in there. They're a top rushing unit in the league. But we knew they were going to run the football. Because Gardner Minshew was making his first start, so they were going to run the football, kind of take the ease off his shoulders. And even with us knowing that, we still gave up a ton. The Eagles had, or I think it was Miles Sanders who had his first 100-plus yard rushing game since last year or so. I really don't know what Ulbrich and Saleh are going to do with this defense, because we're not going to bring any new bodies in. The season's already too far in. Could Ulbrich get fired? Maybe. I don't really think so yet, but this defense scares me. I don't know how we went from looking relatively good in the first half of the season to looking so atrocious in the second half. Maybe we have to play more man. I don't know, but there's a lot of work to be done. Tackling needs to be addressed. I like how we're trying to be a little bit aggressive with some hard hits and cause some turnovers, but when it comes at the cost of a touchdown, I don't like it there. Got to play clean, sound, fundamental football. And this team collapsed when it mattered most on defense. I think it was like 3rd and 19 or something. Jason Pinnock, he falls down on man coverage. He's wide open, the guy. I think it was Quez Watkins or Jalen Reagor. It just can't happen. So we're really feeling the loss from our defensive injuries this whole season. But as a whole, I thought the team, we played okay. I also want to mention that Robert Saleh himself, he was definitely angry today, to say the least. And it was kind of rejuvenating to see him not just look kind of blank on the sideline and not show some emotion. He was heated at the referees, and I stand by it. We got fucked over today by them. Did we lose because of the refs entirely? Absolutely not. You never win or lose a football game because of referees. There's always a few plays you can go back to where the team just didn't execute. But the referees, they made some shitty calls, to be completely honest. Robert Saleh, he was about to lose his mind near the fourth quarter when they didn't call that pass interference on Elijah Moore, where he actually slowed him down, Darius Slay. It was so obvious, and he got mad. I thought he was going to maybe get, not ejected, but he was going to get unsportsmanlike. He was mad. I like him sticking up for the defensive players. I think that's something I want to see a lot more from him. Now, hopefully he doesn't stick up for them too much and cost us yards. That wouldn't be good, but I like him showing some emotion this entire game, because that's kind of been the knack of Jets fans. Robert Saleh was advertised to be this really passionate, fiery guy all the time on the sidelines. And then whenever the camera on the broadcast zooms in on Robert Saleh, it's like he's emotionless. So this game, although we didn't get the outcome we expected, Zach Wilson is developing. He had a better game. I don't want to say a great game, but he had a way better game than last week for sure. We just need to keep him in rhythm, and we need to control time of possession. In the third quarter, I think that's really when this game just went to the Eagles, because we only had 3 plays. 3 plays. The defense could not get us off the field, and the offense, I think it was pass, 3 and out. Didn't step on the field till the fourth quarter. So next week we're playing the Dolphins. We'll see what we can do. They just stacked up their 5th consecutive win, so it's going to be a tough challenge. But for this Jets team, we're growing. Frustrations are boiling, though. C.J. Mosley, he threw something in towards the fourth quarter when we were just getting gashed in the running game. He's not happy. I don't blame him. This team has got a lot of issues on defense. But this is the year of Zach Wilson. As long as Zach Wilson develops and improves each and every game, then, I can't really complain too much. At least we have good draft picks, and hopefully Seattle loses. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what else you thought of this Jets-Eagles game. It was an interesting game to watch. Emotions were mixed all over the place. In the first half, I was very excited. Second half, I was just like, I wanted to rip my hair out so badly. Oh, the defense is terrible. It's really bad. I seriously think Jeff Ulbrich could get fired. I'm just going to be honest. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.